last word to the speakers. Thank you very much. Fantastic. All of them spoke on time, and then that's why we have time for the second round. That is your questions. Who wants to ask something to the panel? Please.
I have one question for the Ministry of Justice, which is basically the following. Why are you using the citizen card instead of the certificate?
The citizen card is very much more recent than the other one, so we had it first. But as we had it, now we have a problem. The citizen card only identifies the person, not his quality, what he is in that place. That is our justice card gives that information. We can solve it in so many ways, but there are still a couple of preconcepts in people's minds, and it's not quite clear here in Portugal to make the cross of the informations of the identity card and our professional one. So it's not a resolved problem yet, but I think we are on that way, and we have a couple of projects with AMA that will solve that problem. For instance, I think there is no need to have so many cards in such a small country. The identity card with the correct information is the solution for everything. We are going on that way, but it's still early.
More questions?
One question for all the panel. What do you think that is the real killer application for the eID card users by the general citizen, or by the specialist, or by
It's
the
very
lawyer?
easy. Text. Text. Text, yes. I think then that when I'm sorry, I was so. I think that when our tax department implements solutions using the citizen card, everyone is going to use it. I don't know if.
I don't know if the.
In Estonia also the tax office was the first system that made the ID card more known, and the usage of ID cards. But the breaking point in Estonia was the e-ticket. The ticket, if you have your ID card with you, you don't need a plastic or paper ticket on the bus. You can just show your card, and the checker has a machine, put the ID card into the system and see, yes, you have a valid ticket, and so you don't have to go buying paper tickets. So you can order them online or via SMS. So thank you. Yes, the citizen card works as a bus ticket. Yes, you can buy, for example, an hour ticket via SMS, and you just send your personal identification code. No, it's an internet system. It's via internet. So you just send information, your money, through the bank to a certain account, and the account has connection with the checker's machine. So you can. Yes, there's an application for buying tickets, and you don't need any certificate to prove your license to drive, license to travel by bus. And also driver's license in Estonia is also not necessary anymore. If you have your ID card, you can show this, and the police can check through e-police system if you have license to drive, or is it suspended, or it's basically all related to Estonian national code, the personal identification code. All the systems in Estonia use the same one code. As in Portugal, you have approximately 5 codes in one card. We have only one code, and all the systems use the same codes. Well, we got our code in the beginning of 1991 when we got our independence. So
I don't know if the other members of the panel want to answer to that first question. No? So, you got, please.
Yes, I would like just to continue the same question, because I'm not too much satisfied with your answer, if I may. You said tax. Well, that's true. I just noticed that worldwide tax is the first application. We can understand it, because tax comes about with finance, and finance has got the first return on it, so we can imagine why tax is so popular. But tax is once a year, or twice, or 4 times a year. I thought acceptance goes with something which has got a frequent usage, a daily usage. Tax is not a daily usage. So how we can say killer application is something you can use 4 times in a year? I don't really understand. So are you sure that's a killer application? Killer application for who pays the system, not for the one who uses it. So do you maybe have got another definition of killer application?
Well, my answer was based on what happened in Portugal with the usage and the confidence people got using these products. And that was with tax once a year, because in Portugal it was very difficult. There are every Portuguese goes too late to do what they had to pay taxes, and it was very difficult. And when taxes was possible to pay by the internet, it was a success, and people had confidence on the process after 1 or 2 years. So my answer was just for that. Of course, if we can use it, the identity card, to buy tickets for everyone's buses, that's very good. But I don't know if it should be so quickly so massive everyone. So that was my quick answer.
Yes, so
Smart.
we still have to work on it.
Yeah, but let me add something. I suppose that the problem is sometimes we confuse what is a killer application when we speak about for the grand public, for everyone, and what we speak about when we are speaking about public administration, governmental applications. Usually the second ones, we don't use it, and we don't use our certification, we don't interact with the public administration every day. As a matter of fact, sometimes, well, I'm not a very good example because I have a wonderful husband that do everything for me, but as a matter of fact, sometimes 4 or 5 times a year is what we need for that kind of relationship. What Estonia did was, first example, can we massify the use of the certificate? And the answer is yes. But they can do something that in Portugal, for instance, is almost impossible to think about. That is to vote by internet. So the balance is that what we need to have in the public administration, and I suppose that is our biggest challenge, is not the number of the 2 million or 3 million of interactions, but to give the services in a way that the citizen can use whenever he wants, at home, using authentication and using a qualified signature. I think that is the success of the project for me, For instance, when we speak about creating an enterprise, the numbers that Zaida presented shows a huge success using the citizen card and using other certificates. So I suppose that for all of us, we should have that balance. Be careful. We are speaking about services that we don't use every day in our interaction with the public administration.
Can I just add something? I thank you so much for this answer. But like just to complete this a little bit, when we ask this question, we always restrict our minds to national governmental services. And that's a problem because where are the massive transactions for daily use? It's not on the national side, it's on the local side. Health, social security, scholarity, school, what we do every day is something which you have to see on a local base. So the problem, if we try to find a killer application only on a national base, your answer is definitively the one. But I just would like to point out that we just have to expand a little bit the way of thinking about it.
Yes.
And to see how we can involve the cities in the program, because the massive transaction you get on the local side, not on the national side. The report on OCDE is very clear on that. The average in Europe is 1.6 transactions per citizen per year. So it's difficult to make a business with this. So we have to expand a little bit the model.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for what you said about Steve, please.
Right, as a member of the panel, I think I have to give a different answer.
No one sees you. Why don't you come here?
Very quickly, in a past life, it was my team that basically set up the Luxembourg PKI, National PKI, and the electronic card scheme supporting the Lux Trust initiative, yeah? It's a great example of a killer application in the sense you mentioned it, because the way they did it was they used it for governmental services, but they got the banks. So it's internet home banking, which made the business case. And because Luxembourg, of course, is a country that has a very strong finance industry, by negotiating with the banks, they actually got these people in as local RAs, so they're really into the system. The public ID is used not only for governmental services, but for internet home banking and a number of daily transactions. And in fact, going one stage further, they are rolling it out to schools and colleges. This is really interesting. But going back to what I said earlier, there's a lot of debate on whether you should use public ID for private sector purposes. I won't comment on it. I mean, I'm a security person. But there's an example, I think, of where this worked really well and generated a lot of interest very fast.
So thank you. I suppose that we could continue for, but we have half an hour, I suppose, for the coffee break. Or no, quarter of hour. Yeah. I don't know if there is another, the last question. No. Yeah, please. And we finished. Yes.
I would like to know how do you see the adoption of qualified certificate or qualified expenditure in the development of this all the eID business, eID project?
The panel want to answer? Did you heard?
I couldn't understand.
How do you see the adoption of qualified electronic picture or qualified certificate in the usage of eID project or in the eID
Actually, I think all the certificates are qualified. The certificates and the hardware. Sorry?
Or speak a little higher, please.
I don't know. I don't know if I understood correctly or not, but what you're saying, why? I mean, I think actually all certificates, if are issued by the Ministry of Portugal or certificate for any ID card are recognized digital certificates. After that are qualified because they are generated inside of a secure signature creation device. So I think all projects here in Portugal, as far as I know, are
What about in the ECC, European Citizen Card project?
all right.